sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. That's caught by Marquez Callaway. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Derrick Henry. Oh, he's got some breathing room. A little juke, and he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Well, Derrick Henry, the league's leading rusher in 2019. You wouldn't think a man that big could motor like that, but he can all right, and he proved it right there.
And the thing that stood out to me was his ability to continue through the initial contact. How many times do we see runners get slowed up and not get what they can on a run because of that first contact? But he kept the compass pointing in the right direction, kept the legs churning, and turned this into a huge play.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. This one swung out here to Jones. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. The give is to Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 2 carries for him now on the opening drive, both for good yardage.
And based on film study, they thought that there was a chance to spring him more than once for some pretty good yardage in this game.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Drops it to Jones in the flat. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
This one swung out to Vaughn. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now the Ravens bring out the field goal unit here. The kick by Carlson is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So the field goal that cuts the lead in half as they, too, are able to get some points on their initial drive of the game.
Yeah, all in all, a pretty positive response, right, to the points that were scored against them. And they got a little help from their opponent anyway. Missed the conversion, so now they're just 3 back.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Stafford. It's caught here by Adams. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And this one will be down by a member of the kicking team at about the 40-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports. A couple of extra defensive backs in the ball game here on 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Hurts. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
2nd and 5. Running from the gun with Henry. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Out of the gun, Stafford. He hits Adams, complete. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Looking deep for Adams. And that is incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run. He was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. Stafford's going to try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll get that out wide to Duvernay. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it looks like Steeler football. It is.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
First down carry for Henry. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 140 tonight as he has been terrific in his first half. A solid run by
Yeah, I already say this J-Row fucking me up. He's killing with Henry. Right.
Here's Stafford. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank.
I should have stayed in there. I needed that. Needed that bad.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills
all the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Hurts to throw. He completes it to Jones. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Hurts throwing in the hands of his receiver, Guyton. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Fucking back up, running back hurt. This injury shit killing me.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Hurts. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
And I think really good defenders can sniff out those screen passes, just something that they can feel, something that they can sense about how the quarterback drops back or how the linemen are just a little slow to block the oncoming rushers. He read it perfectly, got in there, and made the play.
Sliding out of the pocket. And this is incomplete. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, there's so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible. So I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
The first down screen pass, good for 5. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Hurts caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. On first down, Hurts rolling to his right. A check down here to Jones. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Woo!
incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with their work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
Throwing his Hurts. Rolling to his left. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. He's going to go. They're not going to get him. Past the 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending the play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah,
take the underneath. Take the points. God damn.
Or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
No problem there on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Joe.
Take the damn points, man. You're not going to beat them deep in fucking zone.
Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Yeah.
Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter.
Frustrated, y'all. Fucking Henry breaking that bit. Fucking plays, man.
Start here at the 25.
I run the ball, averaging 5 yards a pop.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the
keep it simple, stupid.
Line of being calm.
Averaging 10 yards a pop.
Had one tell me once, you know, we were having a tough patch.
Damn, yo.
This 2-shell pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They go play action with Hurts on the move to his left. And is taken in by Hurst. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hayden Hurst, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer.
Shit could be. Damn, they could be tied up right now. Fuck.
Up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Stop Henry ass, man. Fuck.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll run it again with Henry. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere.
Shit, Art.
One
more. One more, fellas.
2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
One fucking more.
Play action, Stafford. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got
Come on, offense.
the game instead. They're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Ball, man. Touchdown, man.
The benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards
Touchdown,
on that carry.
man.
So now, if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind, trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Play action. Here's Hurts.
Come on!
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett.
Damn!
And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have
Damn,
guys
bro.
you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Good fucking defense,
First and
man.
goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. After the interception, here's Stafford. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Davante Adams. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers capitalize on a short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now he'll let it go deep right side.
They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision could get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
157 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they watch this lead shrink a little. Second down, they go again with Henry. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up third and about 6.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
On third down, Henry. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
That's smart, though.
They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Open man is Duvernay. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. To throw again on second down. Hurts out to his left.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Flush to his right. And his throw here's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Able to get away. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That
gotta put that on him.
Instead, it's 4th down.
Nigga don't know how to put the fucking ball on him, man.
For it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And for the
get the ball, man. God damn.
Picked off by Jason Verrett. And the Steelers are going to have it here.
Put that motherfucker down.
Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before. And right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
Again, it's Henry. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And the busy night for Henry continues. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. They got a yard on first, 2 on second, and 3 here on third.
So where'd all that running that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Throwing again on second down.
Hurts. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. Another throw there off the mark. And
jeez Louise.
All of the interceptions, things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know what he thinks going on out there, CD.
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. That's the tight end Hurst with it. And he goes out right around the 39. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll look to throw again. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground.
Oh, my goodness.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Derrick Henry. His 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken from about the 12. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
I don't know what the fuck to do with Jalen Hurts ass, man. That's gonna keep working. It's rough.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
But this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right, throw it out.
Might just got to stay in the pocket until I build him up.
It's time now to lean on that leadership.
All right,
the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
It's his first win. He was 0-3. And he won in 3. I'm gonna be 2-2.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. And this one is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Hurts.
Damn.
My goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 28, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get him next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver,
10 yards.
any ball that's in the air, You become receiver and defensive back. You got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
Henry again on second down.
Just a gain of a yard there. Now it'll be third down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On third down, Henry. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atoned for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Hurts.
Oh, you got to catch that, Duvernay.
I guess at this point,
that was perfect.
Why not take some shots?
I would agree with that totally, because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats.
He's going to let it fly. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback. So he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this coaching staff, CD, I think you'd agree, pleased with this overall effort.
Oh, I think they're more than pleased, right? They've got to look at each other like, wow, we just pulled this one off in a big way. Great job of motivating, even better job of game planning. They were facing a top 10 defense, so they had to make sure that everything was buttoned down, and they had it ready to go, and their guys executed.
Yeah, they were concerned not only about moving the ball through the air, but also on the ground. But both really started to come in sync. So for the Steelers, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first win of the season.